Hey, welcome back to my channel. This is Jason, also known as Ominous Prime, and welcome to my gaming channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm playing it through the Cowabunga collection, and we're going to be looking at the original that was released on the NES, not the arcade version that a lot of you remember that you see here on the screen, but we're going to be taking a look at the game that I played the most, as far as like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles goes, back in the 80s. And we were hoping, for those of us that had a Nintendo Entertainment System at the time, we were hoping to get the arcade version. And so when the game got released, we didn't really know what we were getting just yet. Although there was a Nintendo Power issue that was dedicated to the game, and it actually got me kind of excited about the game. And I'm just pulling the game up here. And this is the box art that really got me excited, but I was like, they all have red headbands. Oh, by the way, I'm sorry for a delay in getting videos out. Starting a new job, and have been sick a lot, so it's I'm actually sick right now. So I appreciate you guys still coming by watching my videos here, and you know, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and give a like and a subscribe, or thumbs up, thumbs down, you know, the deal here with YouTube. But what really got me back to the game here was really interested in it was there was a lot of storytelling in this game, and it felt like it fit in the world of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You'll see Ultra Games is listed here, and at the time when this was created, when you start out, this can happen. Don't go that way, or yeah, you can lose a turtle. So we're gonna go ahead and restart that, so I can show you how to play it properly. But what I was saying is, this game really was quite a surprise when it came out. It's nothing like the arcade game, and in some ways it kind of reminds me of like Goonies 2 in the way that the mapping like was shown here, and how you get around and explore. But this game was released under the name Ultra like Games and Studios, because there was a limitation that was put on what you could play, or not play, but what you could release during that time. And so to get around it, a lot of these companies were creating like sub companies that they would publish the game under. Now I'm showing you the different turtles here, and the range of the weapons, and the different ways that you can attack with the weapons. So this is Raphael. He doesn't have much range. The power of the weapons vary in ways like Raphael and Donatello's weapons have the same strength. Michelangelo and Leonardo's weapons have the same strength. Michelangelo and Leonardo's weapons are the weaker of the two strengths. However, Leonardo has a bit more range than Michelangelo's. Michelangelo's is faster. Donatello is the slowest, but he has the most range. Raphael, unfortunately, even though he's my favorite turtle, he's got more power, but you got to get in close, and chances are you're going to get hit. So he's the one I use the least. Michelangelo I use, it's pretty quick. You can do a lot of damage because of how fast he is, and his range isn't bad. I apologize if you hear me coughing in the background. It's I'm still recovering here. I have myself some hot chocolate here as we're going through this, and the first boss battle, if you want to call it that, They have these little sub-boss areas where they just kind of lock it up and then you go on like this little one-on-one battle and then, you know, you move forward. You got your mousers, some robotic flies, and then you have the foot ninja. What I find funny is like the pizzas that you find. The turtles just eat it. It doesn't matter that if it's hanging on a wall. It's just a power-up item that's laying there. It doesn't make a lot of sense. Whereas like in the arcade, for some reason you just find pizza sitting on the floor or on the ground in boxes and they would eat them. So these shurikens, you can, well, I can't pick that one up, but if you pick them up, they become a sub-weapon that you can use. And you can control whether or not you use them or don't use them by pressing select. And here we have our first kind of like a mini boss battle. This is with Bebop here, while Rocksteady is up there with April. You can't do any damage to Rocksteady here. You're gonna have to get to him at the end of the level. Whenever you go into the pause screen, it shows you a map, and it'll either be Splinter or April. It'll give you like hints on what to do during the level. Now they strategically put that manhole there so you can't get across unless you go down in this one. And this place is filled with enemies. And it's a weird thing that they've done here with the game, because you have like subsets of like different enemies that are always together. So if you get like the foot soldiers, you get like the mousers, and you get the robotic flies that go around. Then we end up with this group here, where you have the chainsaw massacre looking guy. I forgot the names of some of these creatures, but they're not creatures that are actually in like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle comics. But he's got this weird looking guy who throws these I don't know, blades or something like that, or goo. And then you have like these daddy long leg things that come down from the ceilings, and that's part of a subset. And then there's like two other subsets that we'll see later into the later levels. Now you can see the power of Raphael's weapon here. It can do a bit of damage, but you can see he's going to take damage because he's got to get close in order to use his weapon, because it doesn't have really any range. So what I tend to do with Raphael is I try to get him some kind of sub-weapon that he can use. Now you'll notice that on the screen here I was able to use the screen to make an enemy disappear by spawning him off screen. And you gotta be careful with these platforming jumps here. Alright, now for this part of the level, I'm getting ready to go on a boss battle here with Rocksteady. Nintendo Power gave me a really good tip when I was a kid, and I always use it to this day. Just, well, don't fall off the crates. Get up on top of the crates and just strike downward over and over, and you'll knock Rocksteady out in no time. There's no real reason to try any other strategy here, unless you're just looking to challenge yourself for some reason in a game that's already really challenging. And this game has kind of an unfair reputation. Some of it is gathered from the Angry Video Game Nerd video that was put out, man, a long time ago. And So it got a reputation of being difficult or not fun to play. I spent a lot of time with this game, and maybe it's because, you know, during that time, you got a game, you played it, and that's what you had. You weren't building this vast library when you're a kid and no job. So a lot of it is memorization of where things are going to appear. As you can see, I made a couple of things disappear there without actually having to attack it. They'll walk up, they'll jump. And I wouldn't say this is as hard as, like, say, a game like Ninja Gaiden. It's got its own kind of difficulty, but it's a bit different here. A lot of the challenge has to do with managing your different turtles as far as, like, keeping them healthy and making sure that you're able to go ahead and make the different jumps here. Otherwise you end up having to backtrack and try it again. So you really have to master the controls while you're playing the game here. It's not as forgiving as a lot of other platformers are. Now, a lot of these higher jumps like this, if you position yourself right, you can get up there. But there's some of these jumps they designed, like this one here, that makes you have to go across the level in order to get up. And that's the boomerang weapon. It's one of the most valuable weapons, in my opinion, for a sub-weapon. You know, no matter how much you jump there, you're not going to get up that way. You're going to have to get across by getting up to the upper level, as you'll see. Yep, it's just not going to let you get up there. Now, it's actually worth your while to actually go to the right because there's a whole pizza there. Oh, and you can see the enemies changed here on me. Little flying saucer things. You can lure them and then they just move in a path. Oh, one other thing I wanted to point out here, it's happening right now. Once you get half your life knocked out, you do get a little bit stronger with your weapon strength. It's like you're fighting harder to stay alive. So now Michelangelo doesn't have to hit as much, and he hits it just as strong as Donatello or Raphael does, until he gets some pizza, and then he gets weaker again. Now the trick here is going to be, when I get to this jump, is not to snag this turtle's head against the ceiling while jumping across. Or remembering to jump before I hit the edge. Now I gotta go around again. And this game is also known for its respawning enemies when you move the screen. So, oh, they switched enemies up on me again. And I messed up the jump again. Alright, here we go again. At least these enemies are a bit more manageable than what I had before. Now, Leonardo's a little bit slower on the draw, so you'd be better off of using Michelangelo, actually. So I'm getting rocked. And they switched enemies up on me again. Third time's a charm, right? There we go. Now you could go back in and go get more pizzas by doing that. But let's just go ahead and head through this and get to the third level. So jump off the dam. And now you gotta disarm the bombs. The trick to this part of the level, even though there's a timer there, I don't pay too much attention to that. It's more about knowing where the bombs are to begin with, which Nintendo Power helped me out with. But if you're watching this video, you're going to see exactly where each bomb is located, and it'll make it that much easier. So you had the one up front, and you have the one that's just up here, and then you come back down. Don't hit the beams, just be patient. Don't get caught in the seaweed there because you'll lose your turtle. Just wait a beat and go up. It'll feel like there's a current that pulls on you from time to time as you're swimming. And like I said, it's about mastering the controls here. And remember, this game was created with only two buttons to press. Yep. This is the part that gets a lot of people. Yeah, not too bad, only got hit twice. You'll see that every time you get hit with that electrified kelp, you lose a full block. So when you're playing through this part of the level, remember you got 4 turtles. Manage their health as you're going through and you'll be fine. And just don't miss any of the bombs, because when you get to the end and you missed one, you're going to feel real dumb. Okay, this is the last part that's kind of challenging, so just don't get caught up in the kelp and you're fine. Or the seaweed that tangles you down there. And look at that, we still got over 20 seconds left. No problem. You see that okay, you'll be feeling great. And on to one of my favorite cutscenes in video games. And at the time that this came out, it was fantastic. His hand is coming right out of the screen. I thought it odd that they only had Raphael be the one to walk in there. They didn't have any of the other turtles there at the same time. But this is a scene that's reminiscent of what was done in the comics when their home got destroyed. And then later still when the movie came out and they had that same scene. So now we got the party wagon. It's time to go in here and get some missiles. Alright, so this is like the fourth subset of enemies that'll come up, and this one's like the most annoying group. Again, it's filled with a bunch of creatures that you don't really see in Ninja Turtles outside of this video game. Yeah, for some reason, the party wagons or turtle vans, missiles are hidden inside of buildings that you have to go and collect them. For some reason, Donatello didn't feel that it was necessary to go ahead and just have a stockpile set aside that's easily accessible. Now, if you recall in Angry Video Game Nerd's video, he had a hard time dealing with this, but that's how I deal with it. I just jump up that way. And you saw that I jumped down. The reason why I did that is because with this enemy, it's kind of hard to get across up there. But if you line yourself just right, you can jump up there. The way that I jumped up there from below is lining my turtle up with the door, like the door jamb, or where the hinges are there, and then jump up straight, and then push when you get to the near the top, and you'll force your way up just like that. I like going across this way because the enemies here are easier to deal with from above than they are below. That's my opinion on dealing with them. And those like mana ray things that were just floating by, that was part of the third subset, and then it switched back to the fourth subset here. Third subset will have like this guy who's on fire, these little bug eye things that run around on the ground. Yeah, there they are. So in the third level, it swaps between these guys and the robot with the buggy creature things and the balloons with bombs. So what I'm doing right now is stocking up on missiles, but I'm also healing my turtles up from the dam and the damage that they had done during level 2. So I would suggest using this building just for that, to go ahead and replenish your health and get your missiles, because you're going to need the missiles to go ahead and bust through some barricades later. And that's mainly what I use the third level for, is stockpiling weapons and healing the turtles up, because level 4 is, you just want to run through it as quickly as possible, and the same thing with level 5. Level 5 doesn't take long if you're lucky. Now, I'll say for this version of the game, it's pretty faithful to playing it on the original cartridge from the NES. It's one thing I don't show in this video, but if you collect the boomerangs, You can swap them between turtles, but there's one other thing that you can do that you can't do with any other weapons. You can carry more than 99 boomerangs. Alright, we're powered up and ready to go to the next building to where we can stockpile some more weapons. The weapons that I will need to go ahead and get, just trying to avoid getting hit, and failed. Got hit again. Alright, I'm taking a lot of damage here that's unnecessary. Should've just went through. Alright, so you crack through those couple barricades, and this building is an important building to go in and out of. So we got this frog guy, who's part of the fire guy group, subset of enemies that you'll fight. That frog guy never really poses a problem. Takes a lot of hits, but you can just do this right here. You ever run into him? Bye. Now, for those of you that know what I'm going to be doing in here, you might want to speed through this part of the video because it's going to be a lot of going in and out of this building over and over and over. And the reason why you want to do that is the most powerful weapon in the game for a sub weapon is here, and if you collect them, you know, you stockpile your turtles with them. Boss battles are going to be really short. So spending a little bit of time now will earn you a lot less time and a lot less heartache and headache come later levels. Now, one thing to keep in mind as well, and these are ropes right there. That's not the thing to keep in mind. Those gaps you can just walk across. For those little hop jumps, you gotta tap, and don't press too long, otherwise you'll just do a flipping jump like that, which makes your landings a little bit harder to control. And you get would have had a full pizza if I didn't fall. This is also a good place to practice your jumps, because if you fall in the sewage, you don't take damage, but it throws you outside the building, and you gotta kind of do it all over again. Okay. More boomerangs for Raph. Hooray. Now, you don't have to stockpile every turtle with the sub-weapon that I'm collecting here. They're called scrolls. Scrolls, when you use the weapon, it throws like this beam across the screen from your turtle and just like clears out anything that it hits, mostly. So you can just do a little hop and get the pizza. And so between these two buildings, you'll be able to go ahead and keep stockpiling scrolls. I would recommend getting 2, if not 3 of your turtles to have 99 scrolls, and leave a turtle that you use often with boomerangs. One of the problems of the game is when you're fighting enemies, you have sub-weapons that'll pop up, you know, that they'll drop. But if you're already carrying a sub-weapon, it'll replace the one that you're carrying with whatever you happen to come across. So Fortunately, like if they pop up, they don't stay there permanently. They'll disappear if you give it a little bit of time. But if you're rushing through and you're just, hitting enemies, trying to rush through the level, you'll end up losing your 99 scrolls just to pick up 20 shurikens that you don't want. So be careful of that when you're playing through the game, and avoid picking up sub-weapons you don't want. Every now and then, when you're playing the game, it might happen to you that you lose a turtle. That happens, they don't die, they get captured. And so you have to look for a building that'll have them like tied up within. And if you can find them, then you just get them back. Oh man, gotta go back in again and do this all over. You can rescue your turtle, your brother, which is pretty cool. Usually you can only rescue one per level, and you have to find the place that they're at. Now, if you lose a turtle on the first level, you don't have the ability to rescue them during the first or second level. The first place that you can rescue them is in the third level. So this is the level that you'd be able to start rescuing them. You can do it in 4, and you can do it in level 5 as well. And I believe also in level 6, which is the last level. One of the fun things I was kind of like showing is Donatello's weapon. If you're near the edge of the screen and you use it, it'll appear on the other side of the screen. It doesn't really do anything. I just thought it was funny that you can do that. Or if like you jump towards the ceiling and then use his weapon, it'll appear on the bottom of the screen. It's just one of those weird things that it could do. You really only need three ropes in the game to progress, but I just keep grabbing them. There's no reason, but I just do. Yeah, just jumping into the sewage water is a quick shortcut to get out of the building. Yeah, it's gross. Oh, see that guy who's walking around like old man who's lost? Yeah, if you hit them, they do that. So it's best if you see that, just don't even bother. Just go out the building and try coming back in and see if something else spawns in its place. Bye, Froggy. So I'm recording this on a Friday, just got out of work. Not feeling so well, but I want to go ahead and get this video out while I can. We actually have a bunch of weathermen. They're kind of worried right now that we may be getting hurricanes out here. In case you didn't know, I live in Florida, and they anticipate that a hurricane's gonna probably land here, probably category 3, like on Tuesday or Wednesday of this coming week. So if you're in an area that deals with hurricanes, you know that, or if you live in a place that has typhoons, because I used to live in a place that had that, people tend to panic and run out and grab all the toilet paper and water. So I will probably be stockpiling on toilet paper and water this weekend. And I missed again. If you see me go in from one building into the other, you know, just changing up the entrances, it's because this can become really tedious of going in and out of the buildings. So just to mix it up, I'll just, you know, try entering the other building just to have it be a little bit different. The hitbox is a little funny because if you hit the winged part of his head, it actually makes contact, whereas when you're hitting the flatter side, it doesn't. And a quick hop and a quick stab down, and it's gone. Like I said, this is a good place to practice jumping and learning how to do the short hops. So level 4, you're going to have to do that quite a bit. Level 4 is where I think a lot of the challenge is. That level and level 6 it gets pretty rough. So level 4 is full of a lot of spikes and instant death, or sorry, instant capture, because they don't die, they get captured. The traps. But yeah, there's a lot of spikes. Alright, Leo, we got 99, and I don't know, maybe I'll get maybe just 2. I get 99. You're not likely to use 99, but it's nice to have and then not need it, and then need it and not have it. Because I think, like with most enemies and like your boss battles, to get through their life bar, maybe you need like 10 at most to take them out. The only other one that may take more would be like the Technodrome. But like level 4's boss, you don't even have to use the scrolls. I mean, you're fighting creature that basically you can just use Donatello's regular bow staff and take him out. But level 6 is challenging without having the scroll weapons in hand, because they kind of just swarm you with enemies that take several hits to actually take out. And it's better just to have the scrolls and throw them down the screen and not have to deal with them. Yep, it's easy just to swap the boomerangs just like this. I learned how to do this by accident back in the 80s when I was playing this. Just wondering if it would work. And once I figured out this trick, if you had a turtle that had 99 boomerangs and another turtle got boomerangs, you could do the same kind of trick, but have the one that has the 99 boomerangs catch it. And that's where you could start to have like an ungodly amount of boomerangs. It doesn't even show you numbers anymore. It shows like symbols underneath it. But for fun, I used to just carry them. And with the boomerangs, because they just come back to you, and if you catch them, you retain the number. You could walk down a corridor just throwing boomerangs in front of you, and they'll hit twice on whatever they're hitting. So they do quite a bit of damage. That's why I'm like, if you don't have the scrolls, get the boomerangs, or have both if you can. Oh man, it respawned. It's a very useful sub weapon, and it's got a decent range, and it's hard to run out of the boomerangs. It's becoming like an elusive pizza. The reason why I'm giving these to Mikey is I use Mikey quite a bit. So even though I'm giving him boomerangs, if he runs in and ends up picking up a different item, it's not as bad of a loss as losing scrolls. It also means I don't have to spend extra time here trying to get those for him. Alright, I need to get more pizza. Alright. Just a few more times. In and out. Here we go. Alright. I don't need the pizza now. Sorry, a squeaky chair. Yeah, if you're sitting through this, just watching me collect things over and over, you may be regretting not fast forwarding through. But I appreciate you, and if you're watching that part of it, of this video, you're one of the people that I need to go ahead and have subscribe to my channel. That way you can watch more of this content that I'll be putting out here in the near future. More gaming content, more playthroughs, so you can see my mistakes as I'm making them. I keep falling in the sewage. But if you're enjoying this, you know, please put in the comments below what you think about walkthroughs like this of older video games. And I'll see about putting more of those out if you are enjoying this. For those of you that only know me for my my gaming content, I do have another channel. It's called Omnus Prime Reviews, where I review the other stuff I'm into, which would be like collectibles. When I say collectibles, I'm really talking about toys. It's Transformers, G.I. Joe, really getting into Diaclone Reboot actually. So I'm going to start probably putting up some videos on that as well. So if you're a fan of those type of videos and you want to see some reviews on that, go ahead and stop by and subscribe to that channel as well. And I have lots of videos already up there, and just wanted to keep my video game videos done separately. That way those of you that are more into the video games can just go ahead and settle in here. But if you want the additional content, go check out that other channel. I really appreciate it. Alright, so since we have the time, I'm just gonna go over some of the things that you would find in the manual as far as like descriptions of the enemies. So the guys that are on fire, it's called Fire Freak. They have them listed as an ex-pyromaniac from Brooklyn. This hot dog takes careful aim before launching fireballs that turn into clones of himself. The Mouser we've seen since the first level, with jaws capable of crushing iron sewer grates. The Mouser is Splinter's prime enemy and the turtle's smallest threat. Then we have the Foot Clan Foot Soldier. Following in the 1,000-year tradition of karate combat, he's a killing machine blindly guided by Shredder's commands. Then we have Stick 'em Up, also known as the Roof Leaper, the thing that looks like a daddy longlegs. Ignorant to the force of gravity, this pesky sewer thug, the product of a horrible chemical spill, pounces about on ceiling pipes, waiting to rain terror from above. The roller car we saw, we've seen it on the first level, and we're seeing it on the third level here. In search of turtle fodder, Foot Clan platoons tour New York's famous avenues in these roller cars, once used by David Letterman during his now famous Smashing episodes. I don't know what that's referring to, but apparently that happened in the 80s. I don't know. Then we have the searchlight mechanism. We won't see that until the 5th level. If this hovering scoundrel spots you, watch out. You know, what happens is it dispatches like a foot soldier after you. And let me see if there's any other bosses described here in the manual. Well, we have the karate bosses, as they call them. We got Bebop and Rocksteady, part beasts and part criminal misfits. These guys are Shredder's most trusted sidekicks and the enforcers at the end of level 1. Value 4,000 and 5,000 points respectively. And we have Mecha Turtle, appearing like your average turtle. This level 3 commander will show his true colors if you do him any harm. Value 6,000 points. Value 7,000 points if you destroyed after his transformation. Big Mouser, ruler of level 4. He turned to a life of sleaze after being booted from the Mouseketeer Club. Value 8,000 points. That's horrible. And we got Technodrome Guardian, level 5's mobile stronghold. This roving ruffian will zap you senseless unless you aim for his Cyclops radar. Value 9,000 points. I like how they tell you how to defeat the Technodrome. And then we have Shredder. At last, your arch enemy at arm's length. Of course, he's the meanest of the mean, the dirtiest dirt in town. If you fail to destroy him and capture his life transformer gun, he'll turn you into an ordinary turtle. And considering all the cars in New York, that would make you a leading candidate for a future roadkill. Arg! Value 10,000 points. So each of these levels are also supposed to take place in New York City. So the first level that we started out with was supposed to be 5th Avenue, Greenwich Village. The second part of the level was Hudson River near the Holland Tunnel. Third level, I think the third level is also supposed to be 5th Avenue, Greenwich Village area. Because level 4... Well, I don't know, it says it's Wall Street for level 3. So level 4 has you at JFK International Airport. Level 5 at Shredder's base inside the South Bronx. And then level 6 you got the Technodrome. Okay, we're getting close to wrapping up collecting these sub-weapons here. And since I'm looking into the game manual, let's look at how they describe the turtles here. The turtles, not to be confused with the Beatles. It's pretty witty writing right there. The Fab Four of Karatedom await your beck and call. These jammin' dudes, star of stage, screen, and comic books, are pumped full of pizza power. Each has a different skill and a unique personality. You must decide when is the best time to control each turtle. Return to the info screen to switch turtles from situation to situation. Remember, these samurai sidekicks are only as gifted in the ancient arts of warfare as you. Samurai sidekicks, what's that about? Anyways. So, Leonardo's primary weapon is the hair-splitting katana blade. He's most effective when attacking sewer enemies, especially ones that lurk overhead. We have Raphael, the needle tip sai. I have sais, they're not tipped like needles. Is Raphael's preferred attack tool. The speed and grace of his strikes are what he prides himself on. Michelangelo, compared to his comrades, Michelangelo's power is only average. Enemies around his feet usually fall prey to his nunchaku's onslaught. Though, and I'm reading it really weird. Okay, let me try that again. Enemies around his feet usually fall prey to his nunchaku onslaught, though, and his courage will amaze you. I didn't read that weird. It's punctuated really strangely. Alright, and then we have Donatello, the dreaded bow, not to be confused with everyone's favorite 10. Yeah, that's an old reference. Is Donatello's form of amusement. Don't be fooled by the fact that it looks like a simple stick, because this baby can take out enemies from both above and below. And that's about it they got on the turtles there. Now the great thing about this game being part of the Cowabunga collection is the manuals that I'm referring to, they're included inside of the video game. So at any point you need to look at the original manual, it's there for you. The other great thing is within that, for each of the games, they have a strategy guide that's included. I didn't really take much of a look at it because I've played this game a bunch of times, but they have a lot of clues, and from what I saw, like the boomerang trick that I was talking about earlier, where you can swap them between turtles, that's included in there. It didn't show the one where I had like more than 99 boomerangs, so of course it's kind of an unnecessary trick, but I like being able to do it. Let's see. What other things do they have in here? Oh, and the strategy guide isn't just like how to start to play the game. It's got it set up so you can see it for each level. And there's a map that's included, so it's pretty helpful in that way. I was outnumbered. I need to get out of there. Alright, and I like that you can also save your progress within the game. So if you find that you've got to a part in the game that you want to go ahead and save it, you can. However, at any point in the game, if you save again, it'll overwrite, and you won't be able... It doesn't give you... like different save files. It's just gonna overwrite the save that you have there. So unfortunately, that's one drawback of the save feature. Although in the original cart, you didn't get to save at all. You got to play through it all the way through. If you lost all your turtles, you could continue, I think, a total of like 2 or 3 times, and that was it. Then you had to start all the way over from the first level. Alright, following this path will get you straight towards the end of the game, or end of this level. If you don't follow this path, you'll end up aimlessly going in and out of buildings, nowhere near where you're supposed to be. But if you collected a bunch of missiles, and you want to explore around, you can. Now the trick is to get through the rest of this level by taking the least amount of damage. Let's see how I do here. Not going well. There we go. Smacked in the dome. If for some reason you didn't want to stockpile on scrolls during this level, you can do it on level 5, but it's a pain. There's a building that has more scrolls in it, but you're fighting against enemies that are flying into you constantly, and you're having to climb up inside of the building. It's not fun. It's easier to do it here than it is to do it on level 5. The building I'm referring to on level 5, you're not going to see in this playthrough because I didn't have a reason to go into the buildings. And what you're seeing me do here, just pushing forward little by little, is to go ahead and get them to spawn and draw them out. Alright, back to full strength. See how long that lasts. This part's a little tricky here. It's gonna be I think it spawns here, but it's the beauty of having a throwing weapon right there. If you wait here, he's gonna jump off and fall. Pizza, anybody need it? Nope. Alright, here we go. Alright, so we're gonna head up here. I'm gonna go ahead and save. Timed that wrong. Huh. Didn't take any damage though. That'll work. Yeah, he's just gonna respawn. There he is. And they swapped enemies on me again. Alright, so when we get to the top here, we're going to get to use the ropes. Got hit with the same missile twice. It's horrible. Oh, no ropes there. We'll save those for level 4. Alright, so got 3 guys with scrolls. Let's go for it. Look at that. The scrolls are doing its damage. I'm taking a bunch of damage. And now we got Mecha Turtle. Okay, that took 9 scrolls to take him out. And now we rescued Master Splinter. And, oh, look. Helicopter. So now we have to go rush through this airline, or JFK airport, to go get the turtle blimp. I just want to get that pizza. And of course he's gonna respawn. And then out and back in. Don't want to deal with that. This guy's so annoying. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, remember that thing I told you about though? Yeah, that's why. Man, they're annoying. And sometimes you just can't get rid of these guys. Oh, okay, he just fell off. Alright, fine. So if you strike up, you just keep holding up at an angle. You can make your animation for your turtle walking continue forward, but not actually go anywhere. It's kind of like you're moonwalking. Yeah, so as you can see there, Splinter's saying to get to number 18. Again, oh good, didn't take damage. Didn't take damage again. Lucky. Yeah, I think that's cool that the bow staff, even when you're striking, it strikes to the rear at the same time. Now we already got 45 ropes. I don't need to go get that one. Oh man, I got hit in the head. There are areas during the third level that you could have used the rope just to explore around. But you don't really in this game get a lot for exploring. See that post that's sticking out of the ground there? That's how you know where you're going to use a rope. You know, there's not really anything like collectible or anything like that. It really gives you any kind of motivation to explore around the world. Unless you lose one of your turtles and you need to go and recover them, then it's worthwhile. Gotta get that half pizza. And once we get through this one, we'll be going like room to room pretty quickly. Yeah, like I said, sometimes it's just more worthwhile just to break out the scroll and clear an area. Alright, done with room 1. We gotta get to 18. Save the game so I don't have to go through that room again. Let's keep going. It's easy to get lost as you're going through this. So you see this is room number 2. These little cross beams here shoot lasers between each other. You know, once you get the strategies down of the different creatures you're fighting here, it's not that tough. And always use your environment to your advantage. Just like you would in any other platforming game. To me, graphically, this was one of the stronger games that was out on the Nintendo Entertainment System. Like the turtles' design here, they have a lot of personality in the way that they have their posture. Sure, it's a little bit of palette swap, you know, on the bandanas here. It's like even with the coloring of the bandana. You'll notice that like the chest plate area on the turtles are the same color as their headbands. Alright, so there's room 3. No spikes that you saw in that room. It's not an instant kill. It does a bit of damage though. On to room 6. Donnie's taking a bunch of damage here. I'm gonna probably need to swap turtles up soon. It really feels like everything is designed here to knock you into a pit of pain. You know, Michelangelo doesn't have a lot of the range here. Alright. Done with 6. This level is a lot like a maze, so I'm just calling out the rooms so you know what order to go. Is room 8. Some bad decisions were made in this room. That could have been done better. Nope, not there. Level 9, sub-boss battle. And you're going to go up and you're going to go over to the right. And down into this one. Now we're at level 12. It's one of the tougher rooms right here. This room doesn't mess around. I think it's coming up here. They actually have a hidden pizza. It'll appear right next to that cross beam weapon there. That's by the 12. There it is. Now you just have to find a way to trick yourself into getting it. Donnie's taking a lot of damage. I need to swap out. Oh well. Let's see if I can get more pizzas. So I could go back down there, but I know they have those cross lasers. Alright, we're in room 15. I would have went back to that other room to try to get pizzas. I'd hit those cross lasers and end up at the bottom of the screen and take a lot of damage. It's not worthwhile to go back down in there. Getting to room 18 is kind of there's kind of a cheat that they do with that, because you have to find, I believe it's 17 first, but 18 is like a door in the middle of like the 7th level. Oh, man. Oh, there's a pizza down there. And a lot of the pizzas is kind of like, should you go get it or should you not get it? It's what a lot of this level is about. Should you or should you not? I wasn't even on the spikes and I got damaged. That guy should be dead. He's over there. He's just sitting on a spike. See, I already had a okay, see that stuff there that looks like lava? That'll do you in. One hit and you're done. So you have to do a quick hop to get across. so you don't die. Alright, this room is good for one thing. Getting half a pizza and then getting a full pizza. Otherwise, there's no other business of being in that room. That power up down there on the left is not a sub weapon. What it does is it makes you basically invincible. Here we go. Oh no, oh no. Oh man, not again. That is not the guy you want to deal with. Oh. Reset. No, that's still this. These guys are the worst. I really need to heal up. Okay, we're just not going to deal with that because that's going to be a problem. But we're at 17. But I really need life. Nope, they're just not going to let me get it. And sometimes the game is like this when you're playing it. Well, it's not as bad as it could have been. Not as good as I wish it was right there. Alright. Power up. Another one of this. Let him walk by. There'll be another one when you go across. Jump over him. Go get that full pizza. Give it to Leo. It'll be worthwhile to do it again, maybe. Alright, this should be the last trip that I need to do in here. Ooh. Ooh, that was rough. Save the game. Alright, let's just go. Okay. So, room 17 is going to lead you to room 18. So where I'm striking here, there's supposed to be a cross laser. When I go across the top, you see how it popped back up, as if it wasn't there previously. You can go back down and you can destroy it that way. This is where it's going to get hard, because now instead of walking across a gap, you're going to need to be able to, this is why I'm saving it, you're going to need to walk and then drop down a gap. Walk, drop. Walk, drop. Because if you just walk, you're just going to walk across. And you don't want to do that in this part. See, in this part that's coming up, there are going to be like metal spikes. They're going to be coming at you from the sides and closing in on you. And if you get caught in the middle of it, you'll lose your turtle. Don't go after anything that you see in here. And once you make it through, see where it says 17 is done. See how she's asking, our weapons energy okay? Foot Clan is near. That's how you know you're next to the boss. Save the game. Save often. Now, I used to beat this game in about an hour and a half when I would play through it. And usually that would be because I was getting... Yeah, this is all you have to do against this guy. It's just stand right there. The lasers never hit you. The challenge is the level, not the boss here. The boss is kind of cool, though. All you have to do is keep striking that, and it's done. And where the head used to be, there's just a big old black empty space there. And another one of my favorite clips in the NES days is this little animation here. The turtle's getting into this blimp that makes no sense because it doesn't look like anything they had in the TV show. They didn't have it in the comics that I recall. And weapons and pizza are in the building, but we're stocked up on weapons and on health right now. So all we have to do is find the Technodrome. The Technodrome is hidden underground. And so you see those white spots there, those are basically the different doors that you can go into. So for the basically like what will be sewer entrances, it's really a guessing game of which one is going to have the Technodrome. So I'm going to guess this one first and see if we can find the Technodrome here. So we got jellyfish, there's little Metroid looking Samus Aran wannabes, armadillos or whatever, these weird spider things that shoot bubbles, and then you'll run into like some weird like Sonic the Hedgehog cousin or something like that you have to battle down in here. These enemies don't change on you. You get the same enemies no matter what. If you choose the wrong place to explore, you'll get all the way to the bottom and it'll be like an empty room that you enter into. And you'll feel disappointed, and then you got to go all the way out and then go into another room and hope that it leads to the Technodrome. So you have like a 1 in 4 chance of locating the Technodrome, I believe. Because the other doors are 2 buildings. One will be where if you had a captured turtle, you'll be able to go and get them. The other one has scrolls and pizzas. Oh, and one of the buildings also has boomerangs. So if you wanted to stock up on boomerangs, you could do that too. There's a hedgehog. Or, I'm sorry. Maybe it's not a hedgehog. Maybe it's a porcupine. I haven't talked about it much, but the music in this game is actually really good. I really liked it. It never got old with me. I really like the overworld music when you're walking around. See, I could have just dropped down from the entrance down to here without having to go all the way to the right like I did. But in any case, the music is one of the best that are in any of the NES games. It's really memorable. Alright, so we go through this door. We'll see if we have a Technodrome or just an empty room. We have a Technodrome. Here we go. Time to break out scrolls. Now the Technodrome has different components on here to go ahead and break up. And this will be a number of different weapons here that you want to destroy. The scroll works out great here because it just passes through everything. Let's see, I broke the weird electromagnetic thing and the hatch where the foot soldiers are jumping out of. You can jump onto the treads there if you want to, and then you just need to damage the eye. Once the eye is busted, you can go ahead and jump into the Technodrome. And there we go. In we go. Level 5 is short and sweet. I like that. So now we're going to get into Area 6. Final battle. we have no map that'll work inside here, so it's there's going to be a whole lot of guesswork. Thought that was funny. Radar is not working, so I am lost. But these guys are annoying. They shoot lasers. They take a lot of damage. So, fortunate thing is you don't have to stay in any area really too long. You just need to keep moving forward. Man, doing a lot of damage. There's not a lot of pizzas here, so that's another problem. I don't know why this is like this here. There's no secret passage, so it's just keep moving forward. I like having the scrolls because it can do a number of, or quite a bit of damage. I need to get that pizza, so we're just gonna go across. Hopefully not pick up a wrong weapon as we're going. I need to stop getting hit. Still have 75 scrolls for Raph, so I shouldn't be too worried about whether or not I'm using too many or not. Alright, dead end there, so just go across. And it's pretty much a maze as you're going through here, because you don't know if you're gonna be heading in the right direction or if you're heading to like a dead end. It's not quite clear. Alright, you got Mikey healed up. That's good. If I recall, you just want to keep going down and then to the left. Yeah, we got spikes and a dinosaur who wants to smack you with its tail. And some platforming that and more spikes. Okay, a couple of hits, take them out. I'm taking these little pauses after I attack something. It's just to make sure I don't pick up a sub weapon I don't want. And I'm carefully scrolling the screen forward so I don't spawn too many things at once. Yeah, that's gonna be a pizza I won't be able to get to. Now in the strategy guide, there's a map that'll show you how to get to that pizza. You don't have to get it in order to beat the game, obviously. In fact, you only need to have one turtle make it all the way to the end. See, it would have been bad if I walked into that. But it's good for Donnie. I scrolled the screen too far back. Okay. So I believe as we're moving to the right, what will happen here is it's going to start to narrow the corridor. Oh wait, not yet. Oh, invincibility weapon. That will be helpful. Alright, here we go. Okay. I think this is where it's going to be continually narrowing as we move to the right. So as you do this, you got to be careful because those guys will start showing up. Just keep moving. And eventually it's going to get to the point where you move the screen up like towards the right, and then these little jetpack laser guys will retreat off screen. Oh man, there's so many of them. So this is where the damage starts to get done, because look how quickly they decimated my my health on turtle that was full. Like, oh geez, that's close. Now I have nobody that really has a lot of health left. So as you can see, you can do this right here. They'll go off screen. Throw, stop, let them go off screen. I got a little too eager there. Prepare for the fight. Shredder is near you. You can do it. Thankfully, shurikens do enough damage on these low flyers here. Okay, it's gonna do that for. Oh, almost caught me. Okay, so you're gonna go up this ladder here. There's gonna be another little sub-boss battle. Here we go. Hit him with a couple of scrolls real quick. And now we can move forward. It's time to go to battle. Alright. Usually I like to finish this off with Raph because he's my favorite turtle and he doesn't get to fight anybody really because of his short range. But his life is really lacking right now in terms of like his health. So we're gonna go with Leo for now. Shredder shows up. Bolt of lightning. And you see each of the scrolls hits him for 2 blocks and that's it. Shredder's gone. All thanks to having scrolls. Now you can see I had like 74 left, so maybe I didn't need to spend as much time as I did collecting them. But it's just out of habit. Alright, we beat the game. Here we go. You defeated Shredder and saved the world. Now I can turn back to human form. Thanks, you guys have excelled my skills. Ooh, Splinter is back to his real form. You guys are great. Thanks for your help. Let's celebrate with a pizza. And the adventures of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is concluded. As if they don't do any more after this. And if, you know, if it played out the way that it did here in the game, yeah. Maybe they did end everything. They took out the Shredder. You know, you saw him melt down in flames there. But yeah, that does it for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, or TMNT, for the NES, or Nintendo Entertainment System. And again, this is Jason, also known as Omnus Prime. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and give it a thumbs up or thumbs down. In either case, I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll check you out next time. And man, I love how they do this in this intro in this video game. Alright, so that'll do that, and I'll catch you on the next one.